Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got the Q with the U, which is good. Do I have any decent candidate plays? I have Qua, Q-U-A. No bingos here. Jug takes an A at the end. I've got one, so I do have Qua in column 10. That takes an A front hook. Through an R, I would have raw qual. I feel there should be something other than just qua with this rack. But it's not coming to mind. Whack onto an F. So there would certainly need to be a vowel after QU. So QUA. No, QUO. No, okay, so I'm grateful for the points, but I feel there could be something better. Yeah. So, an unbalanced rack. I have growl on the rack, no A for aqua. Qua does take a G at the end, so I could play growl if opponent doesn't make aqua. My O can go under the J. And my G can go underneath the U, so I do have WOG in row I. Won't be a great rack leave. Juga takes an A in front and an L after it. Gosh, I was going to say I had GL could play there, so I could have played glow. That's been blocked. My growl spot remains available. The opponent has taken out the value of the aqua hook. So I have growl. G is the only letter which goes after qua on my rack. O doesn't go next to F, so I think this is the spot. I'm just wondering about playing to the left. But that would be a play beginning R-O-G, and there isn't a good one. So I have growl. I also have glow. Growl would provide access to column 15. But it would also make it harder for opponent to score in row H. I think I will play growl. I think this is a slightly better rack leave. £27 points DL. No, I'm going to go back to glow. I like having the R. So glow for 26. Just the solitary vowel, so there could be a lot of vowels at the end. This is a poor rack. I do have ZE in row H. Just 39 for opponent. That could have been a lot worse. And they did have the S, so if I'd played growl, they could have had a much bigger score in column 15. Now, I must remember that Juga takes an A in front. I don't have one this turn. I do have an E for FE, but nothing to go after QI, so that's not going to be useful. Well, I have ZEE in column 14, but a dreadful 5-consonant keep, so I must be able to do better than that. I have this for 13 points, keeping a pretty decent rack lead, which goes well with E and S. But only 13 points, whereas there were 32 points for ZE. Well, I still prefer this to the Z play because of the rack leave. But can I do better? I don't have to play the Z off. Low doesn't take anything after it apart from an S. Do I have any 5-letter plays beginning with Z? Don't think I do. So lulls does have some merit. Is it the play? I think it is. Lulls for 13. So I am close to a bingo. Through an E, I would have ditherer. Not through this E. What about the S? I have red shirt. Fantastic. So I do have a bingo at the moment in column 15. Will that remain available? And I have an E for going next to the F. That's not particularly useful. What about EW? Oh, red shirt's been blocked. That's a shame. Do I have anything with S and I? So that would be red shirt with an I. Not seeing anything. So I trail by 20. Mo takes an R. So I have air for 20 points. Doesn't feel great, but doesn't give much away. What about this Z? Well, a play in row J is only going to score about 20 points. Does ditherer have an anagram? I don't think it does. Do I have anything down from the I? No. Only about 20 points available in column 12. ZE is good, but that's only going to be about 20 as well, so I'm not seeing anything better than this. Air for 20. Wow, a lot of A's, and Juga takes an A, but no bingo here. We are dead level on score, so I quite like the fact that the board is a little more open. So opponent also had lots of A's, plays off 2. I have dark on my rack. I have carrot on my rack. These ALs aren't helpful. Dal is good, but that's it. So I'm looking for a play which ends with an A or begins AD. So ends Ada, nothing, or begins AD, nothing. Okay. F takes an A. So I have Kara. That achieves a few things, sorts the rack out, is pretty much what it achieves. Only 21 points, which is not terrible, unless there's something a lot better available. Rack leave is good, but that comes with sorting the rack out. So can I score anything better than this? What about a play which ends just in A and begins with K? No, not seeing anything. Anything down from the I? I don't think so. What about a cross in row L ending KA? No. I feel like I'm giving a lot of scoring potential to opponents in column 13. Now double AL is good. So do I have any double A words? Well, that would need to begin double A. Just feel that Cara or Carter, placing an A next to this double word square, doesn't feel best. What about carrot? 17 points, keeping A, D. And what was Cara? 21, so small difference in score, but again, this is setting up decent scoring spots as well. Raja takes nothing in front, Fur takes nothing in front. Moa only takes an S. I think I will go with Carter. DAR is quite a nice rack leave. I'm going with this. And I duplicate the R. If I'd played Cara, I would have had a T instead of one of the R's, and the rack would have felt better. So through a T, I would have Aero Dart. T of Carter not in the right spot. Not seeing a 7 here. And if I don't have a bingo, and I don't think I do, then I also have no scoring tiles. Column 15, quite hot with this S, but if opponent plays in column 13, I can take that out with the column 14 play. Exactly, 34 points. So core is good. Wow, I feel there's quite a long play here. Raid for 40. Can I do better? I can play Oriad, and ordinarily an O next to a triple word square would be bad. However, well, it still may be bad, but 42 points is very good. The rack leave is very good. Still 2 blanks to come, and more than half the tiles have been played. So is Oriad the play? I think so. In column, well, the alternative, what does this O add to the party? Only 2 points. Yeah, and core does take A, E and I. So that could be a big spot. So, do I have a 5-letter play in column 14 which doesn't begin with a vowel? And co can take an A. Not very useful. Am takes A and E. Fan-O is good. Yeah, I'm going with this. Read for 40. So I think Coro is good as well, in which case I have Yon. I have Yond for a really big score. If Coro is good. I don't have a bingo. And look at this, just 8 points between us, so super close game. 16 points, 16 minutes on opponent's clock, 8 on mine. Still 43 tiles in the bag. Any road if I had 2 A's and 1 O, but I don't. Do I have anything down from I or S blank I? No. What about this Adjuga spot? I'm still hampered by the two owls. D can account for one of them, but that's it. So, do I have anything ending ODA? No, and I would like to get rid of O and Y. That may not be possible. If opponent plays in column 15, they won't be creating anything. Reed takes a Y, so I could just play Yo in row F, which is likely to remain available. Fantastic. Opponent burns bingo-y tiles, only gets 24 points. And what was my play? What? It was Yond, wasn't it? Yond Cassius, 51 points. Is there anything better? Well, I don't think so, because I do want to play the Y, and Fand only takes an S, and Y doesn't go next to any of these three-letter plays. So Yond for 51. Wow, what an unkind pick. I was hoping the corner may have turned. Opponent surely kept 4 very bingo-y tiles. And my lead only 35 points. And I'm not in a position to respond to a bingo. However, opponent gets just 17. So can I sort this rack out at pace? I don't think Gura is good. G-O-O-R-A. Double E doesn't take an S, so opponent's play of ENS was not setting up an S lane, but they surely have an S. So I have a go here, and I'm minded to extend it, given these unseen blanks, and if this forces opponent to play down from the A, they'll be opening row O. So, is this the play? 26 points, not bad from this crappy rack with only 1 pointers and the G. I don't think this is giving away anything amazing. I don't think Neep takes an S in front, although it may. Yeah, I'm going with this. So I have Onerous. Does that play? Well, yes it does. It plays in column 4 next to the R of Agora. But opponent may well block that, and they do. However, they have gifted me Burnoose, which is surely the best bingo on offer for 83 points. Fantastic. And I draw one of the blanks. Just 16 tiles to come, and 16 tiles in the bag, and I lead by 100. How things change. However, I still remember the ENS played by opponent, so I think they're nursing some pretty decent tiles. However, last turn they did turn over 4 of them. And look at these eyes, a lot of eyes to come. And I am short on vowels. Let me count the remaining vowels. 9 out of 23. And only 1A and 1E, and a lot of non-bingo-y tiles, B, F, V, W, and X to come. Can I hang on? And what am I going to do with this rack? Because I don't have any vowels. Now, 14 points for opponent. 6 minutes on my clock. What to do? And this really is not a nice rack to deal with. I do have the Y, which is a quasi-vowel. Just one vowel would be good. Now, I think Copal is good. So do I have a play through E and I? What goes next to A? D, L, T, and Y. No. I do have Edict. 19 points, which is decent. L and Y go well together, and Y is a quasi-vowel, and V and Y are both scoring tiles. So at this stage of the game, this isn't terrible. And I've got the blank. I am taking out or obstructing a couple of bingo floaters, not particularly useful. O in first place, especially with no U's for an out prefix. But this is primarily about sorting my own rack out, and there are not many spots for turning over 3 consonants. Yeah, I would need a vowel to go next to the N, so column 2 plays not really available. Can I do any better than this? I don't think I can get rid of the V. Vly is good. Interesting, I could play Vly in column 7. £15 points. Yeah, and these are bingo-y tiles. I'm likely to draw some non-bingo-y ones. I'm not giving anything away. Is there anywhere better for Vly? Double E takes an L. And Cly is good as well. Wow, is this the play? It's giving a new floater, but surely not particularly useful. There's still a V to come. I think that convinces me. I do not want 2 V's and a shortage of vowels on my rack. However, what about playing it here? 24 points. Wow, that's about 9 more points and doesn't provide a floater. This is massively better than my previous idea, and it takes out the T of biter as a bingo-y floater. I am going with this. Great, I draw a vowel. I've also got a big tile in the X. If opponent does bingo, there could be opportunities to score with that. I'm not seeing an X spot at the moment. 20 points for opponent. I lead by 90. Only 6 tiles in the bag. Only 2 minutes on my clock. What have I been doing? So, I had Ivy last turn. Now, gosh, my A can't go next to the S. Doesn't go above the F. This is a super tricky rack and only 2 minutes. I have no idea what to do. Yeah, I've no idea what to do. That's a shame. It's always nice to have an idea. So, I think Copal is good. I have C-die. 19 points and a decent rack leave, I think. So given the shortage of time, I'm going with this. Phew. I had a feeling that Opal may only take an N, but I think it's C and N. Another vowel, fantastic. And it's a vowel which goes next to the S. So I can now play Pix for a big score. And look at the remaining pool of tiles, super non-bingo-y. Great, nothing goes in front of DI, so opponent provides nothing, and Pix is going to totally block the bingo lanes at the bottom or massively obstruct them. Pix for 41 is going to empty the bag. I'm going to be at over 400, so I think, well, no, I don't. I think if opponent bingos, they still probably win. But is there a bigger spot? I don't think there is, and I am short on time. I'm going with Pix. So, is opponent about to bingo? If they do, they get 20 on count back, so they need to score 108, which they would achieve with an X bingo in row O. Close to exhibits and exhibition, but neither works. Now, I am short on time. I must assume opponent doesn't bingo. Do I have an out? I have Vorti on my rack. Not seeing anywhere for that. And opponent plays Tint for 18. Opt only takes an S. So I don't think their play has provided anything. Tint does take a Y, but no SIY plays. So, gosh, 35 seconds on my clock. I do have Vor at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to play there. I was thinking about the possibility of playing Wavy, but I think this provides less for opponent. Yeah, I am going with this. Oh, I should have stuck my blank on the end as an S to make ins. And I note that opponent last turn could have had a bingo ending ing, because een and ing are good, but I don't think they had it with their tiles. So that blank as an S cost me 2 points. 6 minutes on opponent's clock. They've got Hobbs in row B. What else do they have? Not very much. I was thinking about playing Wavy, but then there certainly would have been options. Not necessarily to go out, but certainly to score well. What if opponent doesn't go out? What do I do with T blank? Well, I have that. Is that best? Nothing with the Z. I have exit. So that would score 15. So opponent does not go out. Oh, and I go overtime. That is immensely annoying. And I lose 10 points for doing that. So, and the final score, 317 for opponent, 445 for me, a winning margin of 127 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. So close for so long. Now it was opponent to go fast. They played Jug, and nothing obviously better than Qua. F10, yep, that was my spot. Gosh, opponent has rear fives and nowhere for it. Fantastic. Cifre, that's funky. 29 points, A11. Burning the S, so they play Fur. I had a choice between Growl and Glow. And although I would ordinarily prefer 2 consonants to 3, I do like the R. Now opponent swamped with vowels, plays Mies. Les, J12. Where's that? Oh, and Mol and U, that's nice. Instead I play Lulls for 13, so Les definitely a much better play. Opponent plays Etui. Phew, no missed bingo here, but Shirtier playable for 36. That's nice, and would have been better than Air. Opponent plays Raja, and this was a rack I really struggled with, and I ended up going with, or choosing between Kara and Carter, and nothing obviously better. Yeah, it looks like it was opponent who had the majority of the vowels, and certainly was struggling with an excess at the beginning of the game. Arid, well, both Arid and Oriad place a vowel next to this triple word square, so I prefer my play. Opponent still with, well, just 4 vowels, but plays ENS from this. They only had a single S. Interesting. And they got 24 points. Could have played A15, could have played EEN, top right, for 23. They didn't, which enabled me to play Yond for 51. And, well, even with a big score, I lead by only 30 odd points. Opponent back to 5 vowels, plays Neep. And I have Agora for 26, which looks fine. Opponent has drawn an S, but also 3 I's. So at this point I lead by 20. However, I have Burnous for 83, which gives me a 100-point lead. I also had F3 outsnore through the T, which I didn't see. And missed bingo, wow. Opponent plays Roties, could have played Uistiti, A2, onto this I, and Otiosity, beginning with either of the O's in Burnous. Very difficult ones to see. So opponent hogging all the vowels. I'm stuck with this all consonant rack. And after an age, I found Vlai for 24, which looks best. Opponent plays 5. Spadix N1. Oh wow, getting the X tripled, 62 points and leaving 1 in the bag. That would have been the play. Instead I play C die for just 19. It's amazing how sometimes you look at a rack and you think your options are so limited, and yet there was a 62-point play on the board. Now opponent plays Cid, 1 tile in the bag. Missed bingo, Exaptive, 01, beginning with the E. Wow. Wow, what a miss. And Spadix still available. And I was so pleased to spot picks, but a missed bingo. So this was the situation. I lead by 128. Did opponent have a bingo? They did not. M3, Abo playable for 31. They played Tint. My rack. No out for me. I play Vor for 16. A13. Away Women and Arid playable for 25, but retaining the V, so not a huge amount of difference between those. Opponent very sneakily doesn't go out, spots that I'm short on time. I had 4 seconds, which was enough, or should have been enough, but wasn't. And I play VAT for 15 to end the game. So what a super game, so close for so long, and then suddenly Burnous goes down and I have a lead, and opponent suffers from unbalanced racks and is unable to come back with a bingo, and a couple of missed bingos for both of us. Well, 1 for each of us on the Ustiti Otiosity rack, and finally Exaptive for me at the end. But super exciting stuff. Many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.